I think maybe even Dirty Jersey Rat. Dirty Jersey. Yay! I love that song.
All right. So this is Stuttering John. Stuttering John, Wednesday was supposed to go in for his wrist surgery. And on Wednesday, so he did not do a show Wednesday. And comes back Thursday and tells us all about it. Maybe. Thank you to Liquid Cryptid for grabbing this illegally. But I am playing this from Liquid Cryptid's channel, so he is the only one who can legally strike me. That's a fact, Jack. Liquid Cryptid.
And I haven't had a drink yet. So where's the hundy? Where's the fucking hundy? Come on, pal.
What a hero.
I mean, you just said that. Put your money where your fucking mouth is. Right? Right?
Now, to be fair,
I didn't get surgery, right?
He sounds like he's drunk a little bit. I think his shirt is on backwards. I'm pretty sure his shirt is on backwards. If you look at the cut of the collar and the way it's bunching up, this shirt is on front to back to front, back and to the left. Puts a shirt on like Kennedy gets shot in the head.
I'm going to say I'm a doctor. Yes, I should be a doctor, yeah. I left the fridge door open and it starts blinking.
I left the fridge door open and it starts blinking. So I guess the alarm went. How can he not even function enough to close a fridge door? It's very stupid. He's desperate for some super chat, so he's resorting to the poor chat as he tries to think of a story to tell us about his bottom surgery. Again, John had bottom surgery allegedly.
Oh, now it's a fake surgery, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I have the bracelet. Yeah, okay.
He's got a bracelet, and he brought it to the show, so it's got to be real, right? So the super chat is Oracle, from Oracle. How the fuck is he going to get on a plane drunk? He has to do a road trip to New York. And now he's saying, I might have to cancel my gigs. I might not be allowed to travel after wrist surgery. Oh, no. And yesterday he did announce on his show he is canceling all of the gigs. Every gig canceled. April and May, Poughkeepsie, California, everything. All done. John is not doing any comedy gigs anytime soon because he had wrist surgery. Ladies and gentlemen. An outpatient procedure. Generally with an outpatient procedure, if you're allowed to walk out of the hospital the day of the surgery, I'm pretty sure flying within the next 2 weeks is not a problem. Not a problem. But he is definitely going to use this as an excuse. I can't wait to see the handwritten note that he sends the judge why he can't show up for court because of his medical condition. So Your Honor, I have a medical condition. I cannot travel due to doctor's orders. And again, wait till you hear some of the nonsense that comes out of his mouth talking about this condition that is going to keep him from traveling. But again, ticket sales, horrendous. The shows were not selling at all. Is it inpatient? Yeah, it's outpatient. Inpatient surgery. Thank you, Steve Horn. Thank you. But yeah, if you can walk out of the hospital the day of your surgery, if you can walk out the day of your surgery, I'm pretty sure you could even fly out the day of your surgery.
That's the problem. I gotta read what the doctor told me. I was fucking out of it. Skull.
I have to read what the doctor told me.
I do know that I was under the knife for 2 hours. 2 hours. They said that I don't know if I can fly. I don't know. I gotta check because
they said I don't know if I can fly. Doc, can I fly? I don't know if you can fly. Flap your wing. Maybe they meant until your wrist heals, you should not flap your arms like you're flying.
Oh no, I guess that means I can't go.
Like, I don't, they said, his exact words were, they said, I don't know if I can fly. They would clearly know. Doctors and nurses, even the hospital administrator might be able to tell you, yeah, you can fly. It's fine. You're walking. You're alive. Stitches look good. All right. You can fly. And again, I do question one thing too, and I don't know if he'll address it. But if you had surgery on your wrist, I don't know if they would immediately seal it all back up like they did. He's got the same stupid cast back on with the same tensor bandage wrapped around it for some reason. No sling for some reason, which if you had rods and cones and fucking pipes put into your wrist, they would definitely put you in a sling.
But yeah, 2 hours in surgery fucking sucked.
2 hours in surgery fucking sucked. Why, John? You're asleep. You are asleep. There's not, I've had, shit, well, how long was my surgery? I think my last surgery was 9 hours. 9 hours. My last surgery was it was decades ago. 9 hours. Well, a decade ago, whatever. It didn't suck for me because I was asleep. I had no idea. When I woke up, it kind of sucked. But during the surgery, I was out. Best sleep I've ever had. It's fantastic. How did it suck, John? Please tell us how it sucked. Please explain. And again, none of this adds up. None of this adds up. If you're in surgery for 2 hours, you're under anesthesia, you need a couple hours to kind of recover, get back from that. You're definitely not driving home after surgery. You shouldn't be.
I got to talk to the doctor. I know he's going to want to do a follow-up. So let me just tell you what happened. If you want to know, I don't care. If you don't want to know, it doesn't really bother me. I don't give a shit. It's my show.
Good.
So here's the wrist. Oh, this is the funniest part about this. So here's the wrist.
So again, here's the wrist. If there were fresh stitches, see, look at this. Bob Levy knows he's weak. I had neck surgery. I assume he meant neck surgery. And 2 days later, I blew 2 guys. See, that's a champ. John should be giving double hand jobs today. Today, if he was a real man, he would be skiing, ski poling. What's it called? He'd be skiing with 2 guys. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if there were fresh stitches under here, I don't recall ever seeing anybody getting fresh stitches sealed up in a cast like this. I'm not a doctor. The only doctor I know is in Vegas right now, probably with a bleeding ass and a hangover. That's a fact, Jack. I mean, it's not a fact, Jack, but just a theory. Just a very accurate theory. Supertip.gg/come. Thank you. But I don't believe you're going to wrap it up in a cast the day of the surgery.
2 hours under the knife. Now I got to worry about staph infection.
Which is a reason why they wouldn't seal it up in a cast if they were worried about infection.
And all of this while I'm supposed to be flying to New York on April 14th. So I don't know what I'm going to do. And I meant to call the doctor today. But of course, now I'm allergic to oxycodone.
But of course what? Of course what? What stopped you from calling the doctor today? What stopped you from calling the doctor today?
All right, well, if I was lying down, as soon as I get up to this point, I punch myself in the fucking face. I guess it's only when I lie down. Yeah, like, see that jerk reaction? See how that works? So if I'm lying down, my face is right here, it goes.
When I'm lying down, drunk, pissing myself in bed, this is what happens.
So I kept hitting myself in the face. So my father was reincarnated into my arm.
Again.
Skull!
Again, if you had rods put in to your arm, if you had major orthopedic surgery,
I want to
you'd be
thank
in a
all the people
sling.
that donated to my GoFundMe. I'm up to 500 and counting.
Up to 500 and counting. Let's see where he's at now. GoFundMe is here. He is up to $670 on his GoFundMe. You people should be embarrassed to give this piece of shit money.
There's a lot to talk about today. I do want to address something about Rob Saul.
Uh-oh. Rob Saul's in trouble. David coming in with a super tip. Thank you for the $10. I had a big hole put through my hand in construction accident. They gave me a nerve blocker. I couldn't feel my arm, but wasn't asleep. Well, they rebuilt my hand. No need to be knocked out. Oh, really? Good. I hope your hand's okay. Big hole. You never want anyone to start a story with, I had a big hole put through my hand. Fuck. Hope you're okay.
You know, and I get it. He says close friends are for his family. And that's totally understandable. I'm not.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know this is 7 minutes into his show. And he's done talking about this traumatic 2-hour surgery he had the day before. I mean, he'll probably get back to it a little bit later. Does anybody believe that if he actually had surgery on Wednesday that he would be done talking about it? Nothing adds up. Nothing adds up with this fake surgery. Nothing adds up at all. The theory is that he did go to the emergency room that day for a follow-up because he has no insurance, doesn't have good insurance, at least. He went in for a follow-up. They checked him out. They looked. Yeah, you're healing great. Keep going. No need for surgery. No needs for surgery. But now he's already back to Rob Saul, because he went on PDP. Piece of shit. Surprise me, 1082. Is his cast wrapped exactly the same as before surgery? It's pretty close, but it does look like it could have. I mean, I think they would have changed it. I think they would have cleaned it. The fact that it's as clean as it is kind of tells me this isn't the same bandage that they would have wrapped it in, but unsure. Yeah, I think he went to an appointment Wednesday, went back to the ER for a follow-up. They probably said, okay, drunkie. Like they treat the ER treats John like every other drunk homeless man that walks into the ER. It's like, all right, let's wash him up. Anybody watch The Pit? Where they got to just scrub down the homeless guys as they show up in the ER, give him a shave. Look, he looks like he even got a shave at the ER. But he came in for a follow-up. They maybe unbandaged everything, took a look, maybe did an x-ray. Yeah, you're healing fine. Get the fuck out of here, Stinky. Get the fuck out of here. I don't believe any surgery happened at all because we would have heard about it. He would have talked all about it. Mr. Doodle, the great Mr. Doodle, Mr. Muscles. I've had multiple pins and rods. Homo. Everything looks normal. You actually have to take the cast off and clean the pins. The ER doesn't do surgery, so that's a red flag. Yeah, again, I don't think he had a surgery. I don't believe it. King of the Dabbleverse coming in.
John is a lying POS. The only believable part of his story is how he said the nurse made him wipe himself down all the way to his junk. The only reason for that is because he stank so bad. FSJ.
Thank you, King of all dabblers. That's a fact jacket. Joseph Collins from Joseph Collins Hot Sauce Reviews coming in.
John got his insurance from the same guy that offered Peter Griffin volcano insurance.
Again, Rob, I wish you well in your sobriety. Skull.
Again, now at this point in his show, I want to keep lamenting the point. I want to keep lamenting. At this point in the show, he has talked about Rob Saul being on PDP more than he's talked about his surgery. more than he has talked about his surgery. That there's no fucking way he had surgery the day before this if he was done talking about it in less than 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. That's a fact.
And you did say that because of doing my show, it helps you get monetized. And you've said that on numerous occasions.
And he said that when you needed help with a criminal thing, I was there for you. And I believe what he's referring to is last year in AC, Chad Zumach, again, someone we have to take a peek back at again. Maybe tomorrow, maybe a Sunday morning Chad Zumach stream. Chad Buzmach, if you're watching, I might need to borrow some clips from you. But Chad faking a wrist injury as well this week. But Chad was threatening to go to Rob's work, the casino that Rob worked as a bartender, and boss him around as a customer. He was going to go there and boss him around, bring all of his supporters, which is nobody. But when Rob was being threatened of this happening, I think John came in and said, "Here, Rob, here's the police report when he came to my house and put a piece of paper on my door that said your boy son has a pussy. That was offensive. Show this to the Atlantic City police, and they'll protect you."
Oh, man.
He's really losing it lately. He spent a whole show.
He just called another grown man and started barking orders at. This is what you get when you're in John's life. This is what you get. And then, yes, the very next day, he canceled all those gigs. So Johnny had to call on Thursday and say, "Pinky's calling. He wears diapers. John's not canceling. John's the best. John rules. He's cool." And then the next day, John's like, "Hey, Johnny, call a comic strip. Tell him I'm canceling." Wait, what? You're affecting the poor man's credibility in the industry of comedy, if that's what the industry he's in.
Dirty, dirty Jersey. Dirty Jersey rat, dirty Jersey rat. Dirty Jersey.
Broke my heart, Dirty Jersey. You broke my heart. Mainly by including Granny. That's my main issue.
You know what? You weren't. I know that your ass was not going to bring this up.